Good morning and welcome in to the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies Academy Healers Training Tele Summit 2020. We're down to the last leg of this awesome Tele Summit and kind of have a hat trick in place. And you'll know why I just said that with each of the subsequent calls, starting with today. Our expert teacher trainer today is a holistic practitioner with close to 30 years of experience. She's someone who's gone from being homemaker to being mom to a kid with special needs, to being an educator to children with learning difficulties, to providing consultations and facilitating workshops in numerology and Lenormand oracles. She is both teacher and student and is currently studying astrology to expand her understanding of planets and the influence they wield. It is my absolute joy and delight to ask you to join me in welcoming in someone who's been with Mystic Lotus from the beginning and is now finally making her debut on our Tele Summits with Lenormand Oracle deck. Ladies and gents, drum rolls please for the one and only Zennobiia Navil Edulkaka. Hi Zennobiia, welcome in.
Hi, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you so very much for this awesome introduction. Thank you. My honor and pleasure.
I waited long to do this.
Yes, things happen when they meant to, but I'm glad it's finally happened. Yeah, so it's great.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. In fact, you know, Zennobiia, we all know numerology has always been your thing, your first baby with this. So Lenormand cards, firstly, how did that happen? And secondly, what is Lenormand cards?
Okay, so in the right order and paying respect to source, it's the Chote Mia and Bade Mia of our lives right now. All right, apart from the two that exist in the family. Okay, so numbers is where it all began, and that is about close to 8 years ago. That was like when I did a small numerology workshop and sort of worked hard at numbers thereafter, because I was a complete misnomer at numbers and math when in school and college. Okay, so it started from there and the interest started building. And then I'll be very honest, Nilo, this is for real. You know, whenever I came to the Mystic Lotus Festival, and Amrish knows that and you know that, you know, what we'd have at our table as a numerologist was this very dry looking computer or laptop or whatever, okay? And we would sit and sort of decode people's numbers for them. And I'd look around and I'd see these very, very sort of fancy ladies sitting and, you know, there was something very quaint about the fact that there is a card reader and she's, you know, sort of looking very glamorous with all those cards spread out there. And that really got my gut. I said, we have nothing pretty to show for this, you know, and what have you. When I saw the Lenormand, the name itself was like, oh my God, I have to learn these cards. And another factor that really attracted me about these cards, and you will see why I say this very soon, is because there is a playing card insert. So you'll see a Tashka Patta up on every card, which is nothing but a number coding, actually. So do you see there's a very strong connect in the Lenormand with numbers? And I think somewhere that's why it's the Chote Mia, coming from the source, the number source, yeah? And of course, JL Lenormand Maya, because she's given this deck to us and we are sort of so thrilled for this beautiful green deck that we have today. So yes, in sort of great gratitude for all the journey that has been, yes.
So lovely. So still number connect only.
A very
basically
strong number connect, yeah. And having said that, there's a friend of mine who's a tarot reader, okay? Nilu, she's Seema Chaudhary. I'm sure she's up on Mystic Lotus and so many people know her. She's a wonderful tarot person and now a friend also. But she told me long, long ago, she said, Zennobiia, you will never learn the tarot. At least, you know, not for the longest time. You will explore something else. And very soon after she said that, the Lenormand happened. So she is a Lenormand student now. And as are, you know, 2, 3 other girls up here today. So great.
Awesome. Fantastic. Lovely. See, listen, obvious question next. What is Lenormand's card? And just let me know, Zennobiia, should we start the slide as well?
Yes, I think we could, Nilu, because that will sort of, you know, allow people to connect with what I'm saying way better. So let's look at the slide and talk about each slide just a bit. So, you know, it becomes
Super.
connect.
Super.
Thank you.
Awesome. while that's coming on, and it's right there now.
Yes, it is. Beautiful.
There you go. Yeah, they're so gorgeous. I think I just want the deck just like that.
Yeah. So yes, welcome. And this is people the Lenormand deck that you see there in front of you. It's a quaint little deck that has 36 cards in it. And as I mentioned, if you take slightly sort of go in closer, you will notice that there is a, sort of card, like a playing card insert, as we know it or call it, on each of these cards. Yeah. And why Lenormand? Because as you'll see up on the next slide, it's Lady Lenormand, a very, very famous fortune teller who is sort of the inspiration behind this deck. Yes, there she is. Look at her closely. She could very well be an old Parsi lady. Not old, but a young Parsi lady. Why, Bichari?
Yeah,
Yeah, look at,
from like from earlier days, right? That
yeah,
looks
from
like a sari
earlier.
also worn like that, no?
Look at her sari and look at her
Yeah.
headband and all. It's so amazing. When I saw her, I said, really? I mean, this is what she looks like. Okay, so this is Lenormand Maya, and she is the inspiration behind this deck. And how so? She read cards and she was a very famous fortune teller way back in the times of Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, so end 17th, early 18th, that's the century, is the time that she was around. Okay, and here you can see it. It started out as a parlor game. She would read for people like Napoleon and his Princess Josephine. Okay, and doing the same, she was sort of, apart from that, she was also a numerologist. She would do a lot of things in the occult. Okay, so what happened is there's this story about how the Lenormand deck actually came into being. So she would read and she became very famous for her lifespan. Famous people would come to have their fortunes read, all of that. But by the time she died, she had amassed quite a large fortune, which she left behind or willed to her nephew. Now, merrily so, the nephew took all the money that she gave him, but destroyed the occult material that she used to work in. All right. So much as to say, okay, like, not being sure, sheer witch, is there's black magic involvement, how people's minds would tick in different ways. Yeah. So all her material came to sort of somewhere be destroyed and burnt down. But someone a few years later, obviously a very clever publisher at that, came up with this deck in honor of Madame Lenormand, like as a sort of tribute to her. So there's no way to say whether the 36 cards have the exact illustrations that she would work with, but I'm sure we are somewhere close to that. And that is somewhere the story of the beginning of this deck. Very, very simple. Yes, and we can go to the next slide. Okay, so this is, just what I'm doing right here, right now, is taking you through sort of a set of questions which people I've seen regularly need answers for. They're wanting to know a couple of these things about the deck, and hence this is what sort of I've come up and put up with. So see, who can learn this deck, and do you have to come from any particular background? No. If somebody said you need a particular background to read cards, that's a myth we must bust here and now. Anyone, anywhere can read a deck of cards. Yeah, like I said, you have to just have an open mind and heart to receive insights and want to guide others. It's as simple as that. So no special kind of, say, knowledge or understanding, anything like that is not requisite to pick up this deck and begin your journey in it. Yeah. So that is something, in fact, I want to emphasize that should you not come from a world where you've explored tarot or you've explored the angel cards, even better, pick up this deck and make it your first deck, and you won't regret it. Trust me on that. Yes, we can go to the next slide. Thank you. Okay, so again, another question, because a large sort of people who will want to come on board and perhaps, work with this tool is, a lot of them do belong to the world of tarot. So how does it differ from the tarot cards? I just want to say that I am no great sort of expert here, because I only work in the Lenormand deck. But people who do explore both the decks tell me that the flow here is very crisp and direct. Yeah. So you don't need to sort of go get deeper into the layers as most people are. So in fact, in my classes, what I'll do is, if I'm people, there is a ship there, I'll tell them just see the ship. Please don't see the kind of waters around the ship. If you see a ship, it just means travel by the Lenormand. A tarot card reader is wont to do that. They will try and see whether the sea is stormy or not. Is there some birds in the offing? So it's that basically the crispness of the narrative, the clearness of the messages that come forth to you. And like I've said here, sort of no matter what the colors of the flower on the card of the bouquet, it will still continue to be a gift. Even if they were black in color for that matter, it would still mean a gift. Yeah. So Lenormand being way more direct than the tarot. And we can go to the next one slide. Okay, another quick sort of question that comes up very often, and I'd like to just say this. You can actually I don't need to specify this. You can choose any deck that appeals to you, all right? But the one thing you must see is that you come up or pick up a first deck, one that has labels to it. So you see, sort of the rider, the clover, etc., names on it. And another, go with something that has crystal clear and crisp images. Don't go with imagery. Sometimes the creative people tend to outdo themselves and create something that is like a little over the top. That is not required with the Lenormand. I've given you two names which you could explore. Should you choose to learn with me, you will receive a deck of Under the Roses, as is mentioned on this slide. Yeah, so that's the one I work in, and all my learners receive that deck from me. Yes, and we can go to the next. Aha, very, very important question here. One is, of course, are cards read in isolation? And again, a huge clarification here. We do not read the Lenormand cards in isolation. We always read them at least as a pair. And I'll explain to you why. It's very simple. So it's like this, that should you be reading even a pair, the first card is your topic. When we were small and we were doing grammar, that would be the noun. All right. And the second card would tell you more about the noun. So it modifies the noun for you. It gets bigger, better, smaller, and whatever. So that's the adjective coming into play. So if I saw a first card that said, for example, showed me a tree, tree's health in the Lenormand. But what is going on with the health? Obviously, the person wants to know what is happening with the health. That for that message to come through, I have to lay at least one more card. Yeah, and that is why. So it'll tell me what's going on with the health. That is why you need at least a pair when you are talking in terms of these cards. दूसरा ये बहुत important question है, can we predict the future? And this is just a very personal take that I have on things. Everybody might, other people might see things differently. But I have a feeling that with the guidance, either that you could receive through numbers or through the cards, you are guided to improve your future. It's never about predicting the future for you. All right. So for example, if a girl is looking to wed in the next 6 months, I would rather guide her to the path forward as to what she can do to look for the right companion. All right. Rather than saying, look, girl, in November, you will be wedded or married. So do you get that slight discrepancy or differentiation here? We are not looking to predict the future. At least I'm not. Yeah. So this is something I'd like to bring home to the learners. Okay. And we can have our next one up. Aha. Okay. This is the rider. Yeah. And this, if you could see this here, now this is what, all there, we can't show all the 36 cards here, but I've just got you 2 or 3 as examples to check out. So I've written at the number 1, if you can see, there's this little arrow in blue, don't miss. Okay. And that was my son, not me, who chose the blue. All right. So the Lenormand arrow says 1 over there. And it's the actually, sort of every card will have a number. So at 1, you'll have the rider, and then at 10, you'll have the sickle, and up to 36, the cross. So these are what are known as the Lenormand numbers. And jo 9 of hearts dikh rahe hain, you can classically, we term these the pips. Okay. That is the interesting and playing card insert that we made mention of a while ago. So every card will have a playing card insert. But what you're looking for in the initial stages, remember, is to see the rider there, as you can see up on this card, all right, and understand that what are the keywords associated with the rider. So for example, the rider is about news, speed, momentum, all of this, okay? So that is the way the Lenormand cards pan out. And we can go to our second card. Just to give you a glimpse, at least I thought, let me at least show you 3 cards with the Lenormand deck. Yeah, this is like a stroke of good luck. And I'm sure, Neelu, a lot of people here on this summit will reap this harvest today, you know, in what will come up going forth into the call. So this is a stroke of good luck coming to people this morning, all right? It's like gaiety, bounty, blessings, joy, all of that comes through from the clover. And what else can I say about the clover? But now you can see this very clearly. If you can see, like I mentioned, there's a Lenormand number, which is at 2. Okay, you can see the 6 of diamonds up there, which is the playing card insert. Okay, and let's move to card 3, so that we have got our third card here. Yes, that is the card of the ship. All right, ship is about distance, about foreign travel, about voyages, about adventure. And in today's time, a ship is also about all modes of locomotion. So you could be referring to a car, a bike, and want to understand things around it. And the ship will be what is, you know, like the topic card, the main card that will guide you through this. Okay, so here you have, and if you notice, as you suppose, if you were really reading what was up there on the slides, you'll also notice that I have given a little bit of a health connect. Like this one's to do with all the bodily organs that are associated with liquid content. So the liver, the gallbladder, all that, because ship is about the water element. Yeah, so we can read for health, we can read for relationships, we can read for career, finance, any kind of guidance that a person is looking for. Simple guidance is coming through. We can sort of use this deck to give us a glimpse of the same. All right, and then we will sort of, just to give you an example, in the first card was a rider, so it was about news. Okay, now the second card, which was the clover, told us, like, give us a coloration for the kind of news. So obviously with the clover, that was positive news. And then we brought in the ship, and that's our third. So this positive news that we are about to receive is with regard to some movement, some transition, some travel plans, something like that is how you sort of somewhere club the 3 together, bring 3 of them together. That's how the cards work. And we can go in and zoom in and see what's happening next. Just a little teeny little pair spread I've shown up here. So if you remember, just to show you how a pairing is done, I did mention, just by chance, I did mention the tree earlier, and I told you that it is about health. And now I'm telling you that the scythe could be, for example, anyone who works with implements. So you know what we're seeing here classically then could be a doctor, because which kind of doctor? Surgeon that we're looking at. He works in wellness and health, the tree indicates, and there you have the man himself with that scythe there. So most classically, we are looking at a surgeon with these 2 cards popping up. And of course, when we have our third card, we would know more about this story, just to give you a feel of how you bring these cards together. And the next one up is for Mystic Lotus. Bring it on.
Yay.
Yes. You know what? When I looked at these 5, nothing else came to my mind but the sort of Tele Summit and what it would mean for Mystic Lotus. Okay. So here, people, this is a simple 5-card spread, and I want to sort of share how this is panning out. So look at the first card, and especially there's no names here, so just go with what I'm saying, yeah, and just absorb. The first card here is a tower. Tower denotes some kind of institution. All right, now the institution could be like a platform, for example, Mystic Lotus. So I sort of chose to designate the first card as being Mystic Lotus. And let's see where we're going with this one. The next card is the card of the stars. Okay, so an institution that is on its way to fame, but largely what are they working in? They are sort of bringing light to humanity, as it were. All right, they are bringing clarity to people. They are opening up frontiers, opening up opportunities, and doing this with a certain very healthy optimism, as it were. Yeah, like they're somewhere instilling hope in people. And look at the card right at the center. It's the stork. Stork means success, upward mobility. Yeah, so progress basically. So look at the institution. It's already up there and in flight, and is only going to get better. And then we have the little dog. Now, see, the dog is about friendship, it's about loyalty. So, as you do know, guys, it's been 5 years. You have loyal healers and you have a world of fan following. Yeah, your loyal customers, so much as to speak. And the last card being the garden is that your event, your markets are only getting bigger and better. How do you like that, Neelu?
Is so amazing. Zennobiia, on behalf of the entire team, Nidhu, Amrish, Ruchira, Shilpa, Misbah, Saurav, Abhishek,
I'm glad for
I,
that because see,
there
as
aren't enough words to describe the
no, I
happiness
can
that
say
is with
this.
this
I
reading.
can say this. Like I'm somebody who can vouch for this because I was there on the 20th of June 2015 for that first meeting.
Right.
Nidhu announced it's her dad's birthday and sort of what this is the offer up for taking and all of that. And
Right.
classically, my next sort of workshop, it's just happened. It's going to start on the 21st. So again, it's like sort of a very landmark date, if you want to call it. But I just, the moment I didn't lay these 5 cards, very honestly, they were already up on the slide. But yesterday, when I put them into the presentation, I said, my God, what better? This is so classically the sort of the journey for Mystic Lotus, how it's been and sort of how it's grown. So I found it really intriguing and wanted you to take a look at these 5 cards. So this is classically a 5 card spread and how you can sort of, sort of bring it together. So
Awesome.
enjoy it. And that's my son again at work. Thank you very much. Every ending is actually just a new beginning, says he, which is true. Because I'm
Which
going
is
to
true.
see lots of you again over and over. Yeah,
Right.
that is the sort of my placement for the Lenormand for today. And of course, we shall follow through on whatever you want us to do now.
Super. First of all, Zennobiia, huge, and like that's me clapping for this beautiful, beautiful 5 card spread message that you gave us. In fact, Zennobiia, if I may say so, every card that you picked, that that you happen to have picked for even this presentation, somewhere works for all of us, for the entire telesum, for the team, for our customers, for everyone, right from the
Yes.
rider, clover, ship, to even the 2-carder that you just showed as a pair, right? So all this is not just being part of a presentation that you made. These cards have come for a reason.
Or it always does, na Neelu. It's always sort of, a message is decoded because I always tell people, like they'll ask me in my workshop, they say, will we be able to read the cards? I say, at the set time, you will say what the person needs to hear. And you won't be right or wrong. You'll just say what that person needs to hear. And it always pans out like that. Trust me on that. These cards just sort of, these cards can't keep quiet. They're those ladies who have to say what they feel, and my mom is smiling because very pulled up on that. And yes, they will just say what they want to say. They can't keep quiet. Yeah, and Kavita ji is smiling as well. I can see that. So they are the
Superb.
crisp and sort of, almost blunt cards, if you want to call them. That's how 1 or 2 of my students refer to these cards.
Right. And yes, blunt indeed, right, Zennobiia, because you just said that there's a very simple messaging that comes through.
Yeah.
What it is exactly what it is. And by that, can I also then ask, Zennobiia, you don't need to be an intuitive person already. You could be somebody completely baseline, never having done anything, and just come in and you will still be able to learn this. You don't have to go back on a back foot. I don't have any intuition. I don't know how to trust my gut. All that does not come into play here at all, correct?
Absolutely not. See, like I believe very strongly that intuition is something that we all carry. Okay. It's
Right.
just there within each one of us. Sometimes, or more often than not, let's say 8 on 10 people will sort of shut down on that. They won't want to listen to the intuition, what it's telling them. So it's like this: I want to go out, I look at the sky and I say, okay, theek hai, aaj barish hogi ya nahi hogi, and depending on that, I choose whether to carry my umbrella or not. Now, that is what? That is your internal messaging. That is your intuition. So if this is there in every individual, and trust me, I say this very honestly, that when a person comes to me and he's sort of unschooled, that is probably my biggest joy, to give that person a gift wherein he can read and guide other people, because that is huge. You've taught somebody something that is a tool for life. Now, whether he uses it on himself, whether he guides other people, whether he goes on to become a practitioner, facilitator, you've opened up something for somebody. You've lit a lamp, so much as to speak. And of course, going with the whole education cycle, and having worked with children galore and being patient, I believe that I could sort of do a reasonably decent job of the teaching bit. So yeah, that's it.
Way more than reasonable, Zennobiia. You're super awesome, and it's not just me saying that. People are writing in continuously. Divine has said about the that this is amazing. Nidhu has written in, thank you so much, Zennobiia. Loved it. There are other messages pouring in about Bhavna saying awesome presentation. Poonam saying I love your diction,
Oh,
and
okay, sorry. Neelu, stop right there. For the
what?
diction bit, well, for the diction bit, it's Mother Dear who's responsible. We have to give credit where it's due, because I have this classic story that I tell all my kids who work with me. They say, Miss, how you learnt your English? So I say my mother would only look at my English marks when I was small, and that's probably where the English came from. Yeah. So she's smiling, you can see very broadly,
She's
right?
right there.
And she's grinning because she knows that she literally saw only my English marks back where sort of in school in Nainital.
Awesome. Awesome. Jaya has written in that one of her dear friends has learned from you, Zennobiia, and she has fantastic words to say for you. Jaya, you can share your friend's name as well. Jaya has a question, Zennobiia, that says
Yes.
that when we read for others, does it sap our energy while reading for others?
So I just say, and let's be like sort of just be honest with whenever somebody comes to you with a query. So I have over a period of time found out that for me, the morning time works the best. So I will tell people if they call up in the evening and say, can we do a reading right now? So I say, no, I'm sorry, I don't lay the cards in the evening, but tomorrow sometime in the morning, I will address your queries. And the way I do it is I send them a voice note which they can listen to at ease. All right, and then get back to me with whatever query, worry, clarification, anything of the sort that they came up with when they heard the note. And I just believe that, something that, look at this, Neelu, it brings so much joy and gladness. I really don't feel a sap of energy, and this could be just me talking. I would have to ask other people. I've never felt a sap of energy. In fact, there's a classic and standing joke in my house wherein sort of my energy will flag by the end of day if I've not opened up a number chart, or if I've not read the cards for somebody. So they'll say, "Oh, your mood is pretty bad. Why don't you go do some work? Your kind of work. Mom, you'll come back looking way happier. Go read somebody's numbers." So that's the way it is for me. But it could be different for different people. Yeah.
Right. So basically, again, you just go with self. So, like you mentioned, the morning time works best for you. But is there any rule as such that says no, don't do it in the evenings?
So this is so beautiful. It's like this, Nilu, with these cards. You know how people sit in the local train and travel in Bombay? I mean, you could actually sort of, if somebody, bichara, you had your cards on you, and you had, and this image is coming to me right now, you have this little peti or suitcase or like that briefcase that they carry to work. You could actually lay your cards on that and guide, because what is important in the moment is to guide that person and sort of help out should he or she have a question. So no, literally, like there'll be people who will be laying the cards at 2 a.m. It works best for them. The ADHD
Right.
people of the world, they work between 12 and 3 at night, and that's fine. So you have to come up with your own system, what works for you. We don't sort of set norms and rules on that.
Right. Oh, Jaya's given the name Hansumati, who's learned from you, and I believe
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. She's
she
a
has.
very wonderful girl. She's learned a segment of the numbers. She's learned all of this. She's a very hard-working girl herself. So she's sort of come up. She's trumped the system. She works very hard at the cards, and
Oh,
she's
lovely.
great on the cards. In fact, Nilu, there is, I can't see all the people who are there right now, but I do know, and she had vouched for it. There's a girl called Mona Khanduja in the audience. Yeah. At some time, we can bring her on if you choose to, because she's done something beyond, I appreciate, because she's done something way beyond what I taught them in class. And that is her own experience. And I would like her to share how she's furthered what I taught her and taken this to a next level, sort of.
Yes, absolutely. I do recall seeing Mona Khanduja as a name in the beginning when we had logged on.
Yeah.
Amrish, can we have Mona
She's there
unmuted?
with sort of, yes, I can see her now. Mona can be unmuted, Mona Khanduja.
Yeah.
Because she's done something very spectacular recently.
Hi,
Hi.
Mona.
Hi.
Hi, get on video.
Babu, I can see her, Nilu.
You
She's,
can? Okay.
Hi.
she's on video.
Ah, there you are.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Welcome in, Mona.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Zinuji.
Hi, Babu. Welcome in. God bless you and thank you for being present. And of
Thank
course,
you
you will let other people know what you have been doing in recent times. Or kaise
So,
aap kar rahe ho. Nilu will guide you.
I have learned this beautiful cards from Zinuji in 2018. And now I'm practicing as, professionally. Like, what? This card is, it's very awesome. And they talks to you and you just have to listen what they are saying. And sometimes I've used the card as a,
Yeah, share that bit. How you sort of, that is something I didn't teach you, but you're supposed to use it for
yeah. Actually, sometimes I've used these cards as a remedy for the persons. Like there was one girl, she wasn't getting married, and then I have given her the ring card, keep under her pillow. So it worked very well, and she got engaged within a month.
Now that
is awesome.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is something. It was a revelation to me as well. Yeah, when she told me this, I said, really? And she says, yes, I've used it as a remedy.
So Mona you actually gave that card physically to this girl?
No. I just gave her the picture on her WhatsApp group. On the WhatsApp,
Okay.
She printed out
Right.
the thing,
Right.
and she kept it under the pillow. And within a month,
lovely.
she get the beautiful match for herself, and now she is married, and she is happily married now. And all credit goes to
awesome.
Zinoji. She taught me this wonderful deck.
No, I give credit to her here because she went beyond actually what I taught her. And also share, Mona, what you sort of, how you helped some bichara lady to recover all her retrieve.
Definitely, that too.
That is-
Once there was a lady, she lost her 3 rings. And for 5 to 6 days, she was searching everywhere. And she just came to me and she said, "Ki mere ko to ring mil hi nahi rahi hai, main karun kya?" And they were the most expensive rings. And then we pick up the cards for her, and 3 cards picked out. And within an hour of the reading, she called me up. "Thank you so much. You saved my life because I got the rings the way you said it was there."
Oh, how wonderful.
And what
How
अभी
amazing.
कल का एक बताती हूँ मैं आपको, आप बहुत हैरान होगे सुन के. कल का क्या हुआ कि one mother said कि यार मेरी बेटी को ना बहुत एंजाइटी हो रहा है, समझ नहीं आता क्यों गुस्से में रहती है, क्या है. Then the card pops out कि मतलब she might be having some infatuation towards a guy. तो I thought कि अरे कोई राजकुमार आने वाला है क्या लाइफ में? बोली I guess so. So this is the beauty of the card. They just talk to you. You just have to listen to them carefully.
Right. And just for our international audience, Mona, I'm just going to quickly translate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a matter of yesterday that a lady called up Mona and said her daughter's been very anxious. And the reading, when Mona pulled the card, she basically asked the lady that, is there someone coming into her life? Because it seems like she might be infatuated with somebody. And the lady said, yeah, I think that is what is happening. So thank you for sharing that, Mona. And Zennobiia, you know,
Thank
this
you so
is exactly
much.
what you were saying. Thank you, Mona. Thank you for coming
Thank you
on.
so much. Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
And
Thank
listen,
you.
please stay on for the call as well.
Thank you.
Zennobiia, so like, you know, oh, my child is anxious or I am stressed, and something so simple. That anxiety wasn't even that deep rooted. It was just, it was a boy thing.
It was an adolescence thing, you know, and sort of the mother, she was able to help the mother understand that better. And what Needu, have to again keep stressing, and I'm sure these girls who are listening to me will smile because I do this in my class all the time. I say, please keep it simple. You know, this is like sort of, I think they're sick of hearing me say this, but I'm like, where are you guys? Why are you going to the heavens? Come down to earth. Keep it simple, you know. So that day we had a beautiful combination show up, and it was a very simple combination. See, the bear is huge, okay, in the Lenormand, and then beside it, it had the coffin. So of course I had my students read it, and then I saw it as sort of COVID being buried. So I thought there was a message there as well. So I feel, you know, it's so simple. You have to just pick up on the messaging from these cards. That's what makes me.
Right. What did your students come up with?
Of course, they'll say, you know, because in the initial stages, Neelu, you'll say something like that for a combination like this is so it's there can be money also. So it could literally mean money going down the drain. So it's all, now that you've brought this up, is very important to mention here. Sorry, I might have forgotten this as we went through the slides. The answers will come crisp and clear based on the questioning pattern. Okay, so suppose I say, will I get married? I mean, will X get married? Now that is a hugely open-ended question, and the cards are going to find it very difficult to answer. Whereas if I ask the card, will so and so be married in the next 6 months, there's a greater likelihood of a promising answer coming through. Do you understand? So the more clarity in the questioning, the more clarity in what you can say to the person concerned. So this is a classic that I see, and I see it very often. So it must be brought home, because I can't sort of stress enough how often that your questions must be very crisp. Otherwise, you can get a little lost in the early stages. Yeah.
Right. And this is something that is a part of the teachings, right? That's a part of the course. Yes. You teaching the giving guidance on the simplicity of questions, and to, like, not, you know, because we tend to lose ourselves. The concern could actually be very basic, but it's that classic story, I forget the name, about the boy who had to go knock on the door and ask for something to repair his car, but he already built himself up to such a thing. What if he says no, then I'll say this. What if he says no, then I'll say. So finally went and knocked on the door. When the person opened, he just yelled at him and walked off without even asking for help. I remember this story. I just don't remember the name and the full details, but this is what it is, right? You keep it simple. Simplicity of questions is where it's going to come.
Somebody who can sort of endorse the simplicity of the questioning and how I keep sort of drilling it into them. Can we bring on someone else? Can we?
Yes, please. Yes, and there are lots of questions, and I'll bring them on after this. No,
yes,
let's get yeah.
She's a lovely person, and I'd like for her to be heard in what she has to say. Anu John it is, and I can see her. I'm sure Anu. It just says Anu, but I think it's her. She had promised to be there. So if Anu could be unmuted. And
yes, of course. Yes.
And she's actually currently learning the spread. So she's a sort of good person to give you an insight on that.
Okay, she's in the process, ongoing right now.
Yeah,
super.
Anu's sort of finished. There she is, beautiful lady. Hi. And of course, with accompaniments. All right.
Hi.
She will tell us. And there is another younger and more beautiful little one by her side. She's beautiful. She's Akriti for everybody else here. And yes, Anu has finished numbers, and now she's doing the card. And Neelu, please take over.
Hi, Anu. Welcome in.
Hi.
I believe you've just hi, welcome in. Oh, and hello. There's two little ones. Beautiful there.
Thank you. It's not two. It's actually 4. 1, 3 puppies. So I'm the crazy lady.
And in the middle of all this, you've had time to learn numbers, and you've just learned the cards as well. So tell us how it's been learning with Zennobiia, and are you already practicing it and implementing it for yourself?
Thanks to you, Mystic Lotus, Nidhu, and the team that has brought me on this journey. I will keep repeating it n number of times everywhere, because what started off as a healing process has now become a very much fun process for me, and that's where Zennobiia, she was doing her things on the golden WhatsApp group, and she had put in, a thing about numerology. So I connected with her and I started my numerology work with her. But let's come to Lenormand. I must say that it's the most fun thing to do. Everything that Zenu has said, along with it, I will say it's the most precise, most accurate, and most fun thing. So much so that my little son also joins me in doing the readings on a daily basis, because we find answers and guidance to it. Initially, I was apprehensive because some of the imagery, like Zennobiia was talking about the coffin or the cross or the whip, might bring about a certain feeling of negativity, but actually that is not the case. There's always a positive message to everything. The coffin is all about things ending and something new starting. So that the way you look at it. And yes, not only do I learn it now, I've also told my friends who are also on this call right now, listening in, that this is one thing. If you want to have fun in life and want to get divine guidance and also want to make it easier for yourself, please go ahead and do it. I absolutely enjoy it. And the other thing is, Zennobiia has a special way of teaching. Even though there's a mystical element to everything that is done. The other day, I would have loved to share that. She shared a picture of hers where a class was happening and there was a light coming, and that light looked almost like Archangel Michael to me. If I wish I could share that picture right now. So there's a mystical element, but then very rooted in our everyday life, everyday thing, fun part. So I don't know if I can make it any more personal to what I have learned in this Lenormand card.
That's beautifully shared, Anu. But listen, your gorgeous little one, get her on and let us say hi to everyone. Hi, love. What's your name? Sweetie, you're going to have to be a little louder for all of us.
Her name is Akriti.
Akriti. So Akriti, I believe you're also doing the Lenormand cards with Mama.
Yes, I love them.
How sweet.
And you're so cute.
I think that's the biggest tribute for the day. She says she loves them.
Yeah, and it's not like she's learned from you, but she's sitting with Anu and doing it. And how delightful. It's so simple. Like, it's, if I may say so, it's child's play.
Yes. And also, Nilu, it's very telling that a child comes on to my sort of session and mentions that it's lovely, because the child connect that I have. It's something
Yes,
dear to my heart. So it's also opportune that a child mentions that the cards are lovely. So very grateful for that. Thank you, Akriti.
Yeah. Thank you, Akriti. You're a sweetheart. Thank you for coming on. Anu, that's a beautiful family you have there. Thank you for taking time out, sharing with us. And yes, I hope you have a great, great, great time with your cards and your numbers. All right. Questions pouring in, Zennobiia. There's Divine.
Some questions, Baba. It's important.
Yeah. Divine has asked, how did you incorporate numbers and readings with the insert cards messages? A few of them joined in late, Zennobiia, so they might have missed a few of the excerpts of the initial explanation and slides.
So it's very simple, Nilu. At the basic level, when sort of what we're talking about, when persons come on, what we do is essentially try and assimilate the images, and bring messages out. Like as I showed you as the presentation was happening, the connect between, say, the rider, the clover, and the ship. Okay, so if you noticed, I didn't talk about the pips at all on that one. And I don't do that till everybody's through the 36 cards and sort of done a little sort of basic spreads, because Lenormand, as it were, can be very well read without the playing card insert. Okay, so if you picked up a book on the Lenormand cards, very often there would be no mention of the sort of playing card inserts at all. and you sort of somewhere your readings will not drop a few notches just if you were to practice just that. But yes, if you want to explore what I call is my level 2 and sort of the more advanced level, where you do these, we started off with that beautiful 36 card spread, the grand tableau. So in that, we will definitely, because it's again to do with the numbers in quotes, we will explore what is called the cartomantic aspect of the cards. So there is sort of a bit of a meaning to each card there also, and that's how you incorporate the message. So it's one message and then it's buffered by yet another message. That's where your blessings come from, if that helps the person.
Lovely, lovely. Divine, I hope that answered your query. Hasumati is written in the Zennobiia ma'am is a very good teacher. Her lessons are very crisp and clear. It's totally worth learning Lenormand from her.
How sweet.
So,
Thank you, Hasumati. That is very, very sweet. That is very
nice.
sweet. Thank you. And I like
Okay.
her, she works herself very hard on the spreads herself. She's very detailed, so when I give her a task or homework, I get a very sort of crisp response. She's worked on it. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Mona has written, okay, this is interesting. Zennobiia, in the middle of all this, Mona has written in that my daughter was duped of more than 55,000 rupees just day before by using her card online, her credit card, I guess.
Okay.
So please, any help? Okay. Should we just come back to this in a quick bit? Maybe take on a few questions for people also to see, how simply this comes on and this happens.
Yes. Rather than get into the specifics just yet, let's sort of just get through as many queries and questions we can. Yeah.
Okay. And Mona, we will come back to you in a quick bit.
Yes. So you mean this is the Mona who just spoke for us? Is that this queries come from Mona Kanduja?
I can only see Mona as a name. I'm going to request my team. No, it's Mona Vasani.
Okay. So let's get through your other questions, and maybe Neelu, you could tell her that I might just later on, if she could WhatsApp me with her query, I'll just sort of give her a quick guidance or something like that.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Mona, I hope you've heard that.
I wouldn't want to be sort of drowned right here getting into something, a query as specific as that, because it's about personal loss. So, just to keep the flow going.
Okay, great. So that's very generous of you, Zennobiia. Thank you so much.
No,
Mona, you have the option to get in touch with Zennobiia after the call is over.
Yes.
So, all right. Okay. Preeti is written in saying, Jaya's asked, my question is, will the results be the same irrespective of whoever reads it? As in, if you do a reading, if I do a reading, and if Amrish does the reading, will the results be the same?
So see, you will read for the person you are, Neelu, and I will read for the person I am, correct? But my take is always what I said earlier. The person who is the querent, as in asking or posing the question, will hear categorically what he or she needs to. And very simply put, in the Lenormand, when I sort of give up like a 3-card spread, for example, if I have, say, about 8 people learning, 6 will be absolutely spot on giving the same answer. The variables will be 1 or 2 perhaps. So that is the continuity that can be established by the Lenormand, if that helps. Yeah, because like I said, the answers are very crisp. You can't ignore them. So whether it's Neelu, whether it's Zenu, whether it's somebody else, it's going to be, the messaging is going to be much the same.
Lovely, fantastic. Jaya, let us know if that's all that query for you. So the querent here, Zennobiia, is you who's doing the spread, or is the person who's asking the question?
The person who's querying you, like the one who's posing the question.
So that's your client.
That's the client, exactly.
That's the client. Okay. So Jaya, if I may interpret this, Zennobiia, Jaya, if you ask me the question in a certain manner, and if you ask Zennobiia the same question in a different manner, then the readings could be different, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And if you say the same question, the percentage likelihood of the same answer coming is very high.
Yeah, somewhere between an 8 and 10, like the similarity.
Right.
If not a 10, it'll be at least a 9 or an 8, like that.
Okay, great. Awesome. And Meher has written in, I was introduced to Zennobiia by a mutual friend about 3 years ago. when I was stuck in a situation I could not fathom how to get out from it. I was desperate and I went, but frankly did not expect much. But to my absolute amazement, what came out from those simple picture cards was so amazingly accurate. It gave me guidance what to expect going ahead. So I decided to learn them for myself. Helps me in my work too. Lenormand card speaks to you. I think Lenormand is less complicated. Wait, why am I doing this? Do we have Meher? Do we have Meher online? Can we have her unmuted?
I have a feeling she might be there. Because she said if I can't be there, then I'll sort of want that this be read out. I did no, no, honestly, I don't see Meher there.
Okay, so let me read that. Let me read that out.
We wanted her.
Oh, lovely. Hi, Meher. Welcome in. What a lovely message. And here I was reading it out. Completely slipped my mind. I should just check if you're here. Please, Meher, go ahead.
Hi, Zeno.
Welcome, girl. How are you?
To begin with, Mystic Lotus, lots of love to you guys. Lots of thank yous to you guys. This season has been just amazing. And for Zeno to like crown the whole thing finally. Whoa.
Thank you. Thank you, Baba.
And like I said, I went to Zeno initially with a problem I had. And once she finished the reading, we were so amazed, so happy. My hubby said, go learn. And when we learned it, oh, it was too good. And now I just keep my cards handy with me everywhere. And for anything that I need, I quickly do a quick reading and works for me. So Zennobiia, I recommend her completely, totally. Please learn from her. The Lenormand is excellent and Zennobiia is even better.
How sweet. I think that is really sweet. Thank you so much. Heartfelt gratitude. Thank you.
Always.
Thank you, Meher. It was so lovely to see your beautiful smile again.
Yes, and Meher is an absolute Mystic Lotus fan, as you guys know.
Yeah, Meher's been around. Like I think from the beginning, no, Meher, you've been with us.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
she introduced me to you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming on, Meher, and thank you for sharing again with us.
God bless.
Hi. Okay, people, a quick request for all of you. Please ask questions about the cards, about the course, how this could help, rather than open-ended questions about what about my finances? What about, just ask for right now. Ask all this, and Zennobiia is here later in the day and tomorrow as well to take care of any other specific queries that you might have. So for now, quick request to all, please ask about Lenormand, ask about the course, and yes, okay.
And of course, yes, Nilu, we can sort of take queries, a little guidance for somebody, perhaps like Nilu. I do know your birthday, okay? So I'm sorry I did this on my own. I didn't wait to sort of take your permission on this. And I wanted to sort of do this because you always wanted me to be here. So I have a little sort of guidance for your months of July and August, if you will allow me.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
That little sort of spurt, because I know it's what personal month it is for you next month and thereafter. You're born 24th of May, na? So
yeah, we had the second call, in fact, on the Tele Summit. The Tele Summit began just 2 days before my birthday.
Yes, 22nd, right. So in short, Nilu, I'll just put down 3 cards and tell you for your month of July, and then I'll do the same for your month of August, okay? So
thank you.
For July, your sort of personal month, as we call it, is a 4 coming in from 13. So boss, it's all about hard work. I call this number Lage Raho Munna Bhai. So you have to focus and do in the moment whatever that is sort of you need to do. Okay. So let's see what the Lenormand cards say for your month of July. Oh, how beautiful is this? This is so beautiful, Nilu. You know, it's almost like taking us a little beyond what we saw there. So remember the last card there was the garden. Do you remember that?
Right. Yes.
Now we are going further, like almost with the story. This could be for you. This could be for Mystic Lotus also. It's just popped up like that. So now we have the garden, which is, look at it as an event, look at it as markets, look at it as abundance. And you have the key in your hands. So key is the most powerful cards, in one of the most powerful cards in terms of positivity. It's like says this is a time for solutions to be found. And solutions for what? For wellness, for well-being, for growth, for anchoring, for grounding. So if you want, literally, you could take this as like, fast forward for Mystic Lotus, or personally for you. But the cards are still speaking, and they're speaking beautifully. All right. So I'd just like you to see this. This is such a sort of, this card appears in the center, and this is like beatific card, it's a card of the key, the card of promise, solutions, resolutions should something be bothering you. You see that?
Oh, yes, I do. Thank you. That's beautiful. And yes, for me and for ML, for Team ML, for sure.
So this is beautiful. And then I'll do just a quick 3-card set for August. That would be a 14 behind 5 Mahina. So that means that there will be some change. You have to remain open to receive. You have to remain adaptable, to move on. Sometimes change can make us a little uneasy. So whatever it is, just remain open to receive. All right. And let's see, lovely card here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right. Or literally like sort of signaling an end to your woes. Here it's about money, like the center is abundance. I want you
I love it.
Okay. So there's a clover there, which means luck, positivity, abundance, and something will sort of, deplete itself, come to an end, finish off, something that's been bothering you for a while now. So the crux of things is the center, and the center talks of abundance. So great going there for you.
Oh, this is amazing. This is so super amazing. And Zeno, thank you so much for this. People, I've got to tell you, I had no idea this was happening. Okay, I've not, in fact, I didn't even ask her a question. Nothing. Yeah. And I had no clue that this was going to happen. So this is a very, very happy, pleasant, exciting surprise for me. And because I'm here I'm here as Team ML, I'm here on behalf of all of you as well. So through that, please, blessings abundant for Team ML, for everyone. Thank you, Zennobiia. This is so beautiful. I'm so happy to share this with everybody. This is for everyone. This is my return gift for the other gift I've gotten. Thank you.
And I can see Nidhu there. It says transformed on her sort of this thing.
On her DPS.
Loads of love to you, Nidhu. You are living your life path, girl, as I've told you before. 22 it is.
Oh, and listen, wait 1 second. The Nidhu, if you're on, if you can come on, because, and in case you can, if you do, I remember something that you had said to Nidhu on, I think 20th June itself, 2015.
Yes, probably yes. Just as a quick sort of mention, I don't know whether she remembers, but I do remember this.
So just share with us. I know Nidhu will remember the moment you mention it. And I'm so sorry, I've just gone off base a little. The reason I'm bringing this up is that this is what Zennobiia is. This is what she does. She's very clear in what she says, how she communicates, and she's that quick. And her teaching, she's been a teacher for like since forever now, and you can see and her happiness with Lenormand cards and its simplicity. And look at that, like on the spot. And imagine you can learn this. You can learn this immediately. And Zennobiia, people can like practice immediately, like the day after learning.
I'll be very honest. We've sort of, this has happened, and I think if Bhavna's here, she's experienced this, so she can sort of vouch for this, that she can at least write in and say, yes, this has happened. I think it was just a very, very elementary class, okay, very basic class. I think it was for 2 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours. So what I literally was able to do, and I told them that I do for them, is like literally take them through the deck, give them few keywords for every card, and at least make sure that by the end of that elementary session, they were able to pick up pairs or triplets and read those. And that's precisely what happened. And they were sort of storming the fort, these girls. Yeah.
Superb. And oh, sorry, by the way, I've just been reminded, ladies and gentlemen, I keep saying Team ML all the time. It's Team Mystic Lotus. ML is just, it's just a short form that we use within ourselves. So I hope that didn't confuse anyone. It's very much Team Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies, Team Mystic Lotus. So that is also sorted as well. And okay, there are questions coming in about the.
Can we have some quick fun before that happens?
Yes, please. Always.
Neelu, there's a very sort of a family friend, a very dear person, and I can see her. She's Kavita Pandey. All right. So we do this for her first. Just Kavita, if you can hear me, and if she could be just unmuted for like literally a few seconds. I'm just going to try this. Let's see whether this works. I just want people to understand how quickly a message can come through from the Lenormand deck.
Oh, lovely. Kavita?
So quick.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Zennobiia.
You're very welcome. I just saw your name right there in front of me and I said, let's try this. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
I just want to give you sort of where are we at? We are currently where? 13. Okay. So look at this as a message for the next, say, 10 days that you're going to receive. All right. So give 3 numbers, choose 3 numbers, and of course, Neelu, the numbers must come in. Sorry. So give me 3 numbers between 1 and 36 because you don't know the cards. So give them to me. And people, you can do this when you don't have the deck with you. So आप 3 number दे दीजिए. Any 3 between 1 and 36.
Okay, 7.
You choose 7. Okay.
Yeah.
And
9.
9. Lovely.
And 1.
Oh, wow. You chose well, girl. All right. So see.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for you. 7 is the number. It talks of, it's like talking about some complexity, some difficulty, a little bit of challenge. Something is complicated. All right. But what is it leading to? All that complexity. 9 is the number of the bouquet. 9 is gifts. 9 is joy, acclaim, recognition, all things positive and good. And with the rider, the first card is the rider, 1 that she said last. Things are moving quickly in the direction of that gift. So do you see the snake is sort of in the past and moving away, and you shall have good news.
Thank you. Okay.
That is my take for you.
Okay. Thank you, Zennobiia. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
God bless. And Neelu, we could do this for any sort of somebody we don't know at all, and somebody's on.
Oh, awesome. Let's do that. Would it be possible to get a glimpse of the card as well, Zennobiia?
Yes. The next time, I'm sorry, I didn't show you. Would you like to see what the snake might look like?
Yes, please.
1 second. I'll show you the snake and the bouquet and the rider. Rider you've seen already, people.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll show you the snake and what else? The bouquet. Yeah, that's beautiful. Just look at it. This is the bouquet. A bouquet,
Lovely.
A bouquet in the Lenormand, nothing else. Even if the flowers are black for that matter, it still gives.
All right. Superb. Superb.
A snake, na?
Sorry, excuse me.
Here you go.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Well, I love it. Like I said, I think I'm tempted to just keep the deck with me only. Like just keep it around.
This sort of addiction for these cards. They are like call them beauties and cuties and all kinds of nicknames like that. And simple ones at that. And they don't they're easy to sort of assimilate.
Okay, awesome. We'll just pick somebody randomly again. A quick question here, Zennobiia. Just a quick question. Dr. Devanshi has asked, is there any particular way to shuffle, or we can do it any way as we are comfortable, like we do for shuffling playing cards?
I think, again, keep it simple. Go with what feels right for you. And I can't do it very glamorously. I'm a very clumsy person. So I try and keep all the cards in hand. And if you can see, this is how I do it, Neelu. There is no sort of fixed way or manner in sort of to do it. So this makes me comfortable. The cards are not falling out of my hand, and that's how I'm shuffling. But it may vary from person to person. Really doesn't matter. That's fine. Okay, what feels comfortable and right for you is what you do.
Awesome. Okay, so you know what? Just Beena, do we have Beena? Can you unmute her?
Hi Neelu. Hi Zennobiia.
Hi,
Can
Bina.
you hear me?
Yes, sure. Bina,
Thank
can
you
you
so
come on
much for
video?
having me. Hello.
Is it possible for you to come on video?
Yes. Just 1 second.
Let's see your face as we do this for you.
Yeah. 1 second.
So we can connect. Okay, perfect. Now we can see you. Hi,
Hi,
Bina.
can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Hi
yes,
Zennobiia.
yes.
Hi, hi.
I've been a fan Zennobiia for a very long time since I've been associated with Mystic Lotus. I know you. Thank you for having me. And Neelu, thank you for
Oh,
saying
that
my name.
feels very nice to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so Bina, give it to us. Give us 3 numbers, anything between 1 and 36, and see that as a guidance for the next week or 10 days roughly.
Okay. First number I would like to choose is 19.
19, did you say?
Yes, 19.
All right.
Then maybe 3 and
Repeat
maybe a 3 and
Okay.
33.
Ah, okay.
Is my voice not so audible?
No, now
It's
I got
better
you.
now.
I got you.
I
So
think my
just
connection.
correct me if I'm right on this. The first card, and Neelu, you can also correct me. 19 is her first card. Then she said 3, and then she said 33 was the last card. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now let's try and do this. Okay. The first card is a tower. Okay, tower. If you're off from the world of tarot, please understand it's something different. Were you there when I did the presentation, Bina? Earlier on when I showed the slides, were you there?
I was there, but some parts I missed because my network is not so proper.
Just so that you understand, tower is about structure, order, systems, and it could actually mean an institution. So it could be a reference to your apartment building or the place that you go to work at or a school building. So all things edifice are brought out by the tower card. All right. Then you have 3, which is the ship. So that just means that sort of somewhere order needs to sort of give way to a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of movement, flow. Okay. The way I'm seeing it, I'm using it purely as guidance. And the 33rd card is again the key, which I just showed you, in the previous, where I showed them the key. These solutions. So if you break down the order just a little bit, become this little sort of transition, travel more easily, become a little more adaptable, that's where your solutions lie, is what the cards are saying.
So basically, I should be more flexible in whatever I'm dealing with right now.
More
And
open, like I told Neelu also, for something. So just remain open to accepting change, because very often, see, what you've got in the center is the card of the ship. Okay, so apart from travel, the ship is, because really speaking, none of us are really going anywhere right now. We understand.
right.
Then as the ship has transition, change, a little bit of movement, understand this is slow movement we are looking at. Okay? Things are transitioning slowly for you, and therein lie your solutions. So a little more adaptability and flexibility. And do you somewhere resonate to this, or I'm sort of just
Yes, actually, some things are moving in my space right now.
very good?
But I was not sure, that this is the right thing that's happening.
Wonderful.
I think that was where I was getting a little stuck. So
you are in sort of, it's like the progress sort of that these cards are showing. So you are probably at that, transitioning, so much as to say. Just remain open to receiving.
Yeah, probably yes.
Things will get better.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Deep
Awesome.
gratitude. Thank you so much. Thank you. Be blessed. Thanks,
you.
Neelu.
Not at all, Bina. It was lovely to see you again. All right. So, Neera, can we have Neera on? And while we're getting Neera on, Zennobiia, there's a question that's come in as well, which is, sorry, I think I lost track. So sorry, I lost track of the question. Is Neera on? I'll find the question in the meantime.
Neelu, I can
Yes.
see her. That's why I'm saying this. And she promised to be on earlier on in the show. If we can,
Yes.
for 2 minutes, bring on Sheetal Batra. She's sort of made the time to be here, and just take a quick glimpse of what.
Yes, of course.
one of my much sort of earlier students, and she's smiling broadly. And
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
like they would say in their language, what else is possible in access? And here she is to say it herself.
So
Thank you
nice.
so much. Thank you so much, Zeno. Actually, I actually got stuck in an official call and then realized that I'm already late. But I just thought of hopping in and see if it's already on. So, so Zeno, my experience with Zeno was actually, it has actually become a relationship. It's just not like a teacher or something. She's there whenever you need a guidance. And with Lenormand, I was always like, how can we get connected? Do we need to do a meditation or something with that, as we do sometimes with tarot? And she said, it's absolutely fine. And teachings were so easy. Even you have any background of any card or any runes, any stones, any information of any sort of those things earlier or not, this doesn't make any difference. The thing is, the moment you open up those cute little cards, you just get connected to them. And with Zeno's teaching style, she makes it so easy that every spread, every teaching is like bang on. And the moment you pick up any card, it's just there. And with her style of teaching, she makes it so easy for you to understand. And it's just not limited to the classes. The afterwards, the support is there, the WhatsApp group is there, and whenever you want to be with her and take guidance on some question where you feel that you're getting biased or you're getting confused, she's always there with that pretty smile, and she calls us Babu. And all guidance becomes so easy and so lovely.
Yes, all across the world we have babus now. Whether irrespective of whether it's a girl or a boy, it's bichara babu only.
And then, I keep
He
Lenormand
understands
cards,
what I mean.
especially, yeah, in my purse, handbag every time. And whenever I just need a quick reading, I even just get, of course, we need to pick up 2 cards at least. I just pick them up and take the guidance. So this is how wonderful those cards are. Please do get
Um,
connected to Zeno.
Amazing, amazing. Sheetal, do you use the Lenormand cards in conjunction with your other practices?
Yes, I use it with tarot. I use with runes as well now. And you can use it with anything. The readings are always bang on. And you can, the moment you learn them, the best part is that you can start teaching also. So I
Mm.
also started teaching with
She's not saying it now, she is, but yes, she does teach as well.
Yeah, so yes, you can use Lenovo cards with any other modality. It works absolutely.
Superb. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, one more question, Sheetal. Zennobiia, so which deck of cards are you using?
So Lenovo has those you want to make them show like that rose wala card. I
Under
think
the
all decks
roses.
are generally same.
Under the roses.
Under the roses card, it is the card where you can start from and just go through the card, and the pictures it denotes, it depicts. It's a proper like answer. It's a straight away answer,
See,
and
it is sort of
yeah,
under the roses. One or two.
yeah. This talk,
The ring.
the ring shows commitment. The key shows that आपकी problem का चाबी खुलने वाला है. This is so easy, it's just
I did
there
see
in
how
your mind.
he fell down. That's the
The
heart.
heart, the love of your life.
Nice.
Wherever, whatever your heart says. So
Never
are you
beautiful
looking for a
lady.
marriage? Is this girl okay? Yeah.
Look at this. We have a live demo going on. Zeno is showing the cards and Sheetal's like rattling off what it means without anybody having asked a question also.
Child is new thing, new
Sort of want
transformation.
to hit us,
Child.
we shall stop.
Yeah. That's very nice. Thank you. Thank you
So,
so much,
that
Sheetal.
sort of, what that is, that just to sort of, it happened very spontaneously, but it's to show that it's so addictive. I mean, we can't stop once we start talking about these cards.
Right. Absolutely. And it's very visible, very, very visible.
We
Thank you,
sort
Sheetal, for coming
of-
on. If you're still
Thank
here,
you
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Bye, Baba. Thank you.
Bye. In fact,
Thank you.
that's where the question had come from, Zennobiia, and for some reason, I ended up asking Sheetal. Somebody had asked, I'm sorry, I'm not saying that name right now, is exactly that. So do we start? Zennobiia is going to be giving a deck of cards to whoever signs up.
Yeah.
So that's what you start with. And Zennobiia, eventually you can buy your own deck as well, right?
So Pehla Wala I'll equip you with, okay? I'm hoping very soon to have my own deck, God willing. So they
Wow.
they're being painted at this point in time, each card literally. So, and you know, the Neelu, just so that people here know, and they say, oh, she's giving one deck, why should we buy another? It's like this, that like it or not, eventually when you get to the level of the tableau, each person will need at least 2 decks. So yes, one you are sort of getting from me as you choose to learn. And then please feel free to explore and sort of pick up any deck that appeals to you. There's no sort of hard and fast on that one. So you can
Superb.
know any Lenormand deck. And yes, Lenormand or lemonade cards is what my friends call it. Lemonade, if you please.
Lemonade?
Yeah,
as in like Nimbu Pani lemonade?
It's very difficult to pronounce Lenormand
Oh.
the way it should be pronounced. Okay, so
Okay.
lemonade for simple.
Lovely, lovely. So, do we have Neera here? Zennobiia, we'll just take on one or two more quickly, and then carry on with this.
Do you want me to do what I did earlier, the number thing?
Yes, yes, or whatever's calling out.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Give.
Super. So, Neera, do we have you on? If you do, say hi.
Yeah, hi Neelu. I'm
Hi.
very new to this group, and I just love the way you host everything. And I'm really fascinated with what Zennobiia is doing. So that's why I requested a reading for me, maybe 2 numbers, okay?
With the greatest of pleasure. Come on.
Yes, yeah.
Lovely.
So Zennobiia,
Neera, can we have you on video? Sorry, Zennobiia just came in.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
possible
sure.
for you to get on video?
Yes, of course.
Please
Yeah.
do.
Here I
Oh,
am.
there you are. Oh, look at that beautiful face and smile, and you were like keeping it away from us.
Yes. I can't see you, but Neelu.
I go into DP mode because I move too much when I'm talking. It's very distracting.
Okay, that's fine. But you got a lovely picture. So
Thank you.
Yes.
And her hair's blue today.
Okay, you know what? Just for this, because and you know, Neera ji's also come on. Just for a quick second, here.
Yes, please note.
Hey.
Oh wow.
Acha blue.
Yes, very beautiful. Yes, thank you.
Over to you, Zennobiia.
Neera ji, please give me any 3 numbers between 1 to 36. Come, give.
1 to 36? Okay. So the first number that I'm getting is 6.
Okay.
Then I'm getting a 9.
9.
And then I'm getting a 23.
Okay. Just give me a moment as I sort of
Sure.
down what the cards mean and also talk about them. All right. So, Neera ji, this is just open-ended guidance, no question here.
Yeah.
So, there is in both these sort of the topic is bouquet. Now, bouquet would be a lot of things. It could be gifts, promotions, sort of acknowledgement, you know, like a pat on the back, a compliment, lots of things like that. But I do see 2 cards which are a little slightly heavy duty, and then I say to you is, you know, around something of positivity and happiness that can bring joy to you. It looks like to me there is some sort of, you know, doubt as it were, or a bit of a cloud cover there. All right.
Okay.
And going forward, this is going to deplete, meaning this is going to become less. So the positivity of the space is going to get sort of more powerfully coming to you. So gift in short will come, but with the cloud cover lifting, and that makes me happy. So whatever the negativity, suppose even if it's just anxiety that's playing on you, as is playing around for lots of people at this point in time, that is going to sort of sort of wear itself out.
Okay.
That is what.
Thank you. That is a lovely reading. Yeah. Thank you so much, Zennobiia. And thank you, Neelu, for putting me on. Thank you.
Thank you, Neera.
Thank you.
She's going to receive a blessing. Sorry, I'm just adding on because I took a quick look and did some calculation. She's going to receive a little sort of boost blessing very soon.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Superb. And there is a... Okay, we do have 1 or 2 questions coming in. Zennobiia, with your permission, we take on 1 last person.
Yes.
Okay, let's get Abhijit on.
I think Abhijit is on Mystic Lotus, isn't he?
Abhijit Deshpande, yes, he is. In fact,
Yes.
he's been around for quite some time, hasn't he?
Because the name sounds familiar in the past, I may have done a reading or something like that for him. You
You
know,
probably would have caught him on GWL as well.
Yes, probably.
Right.
Something.
Right. Okay. What about Bhavesh? Do we have Bhavesh?
Yeah, Bhavesh is unmuted.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Hi, Bhavesh. Welcome in.
Can we see Bhavesh?
Bhavesh, possible for you to come on video?
Yes, I think I caught him, but now he's gone.
Is he? Bhavesh, you've been unmuted. If you could unmute yourself and
Yes,
just say
now I
hi.
Bhavesh Shah. I can see him now. Okay, Bhavesh, I'm just giving you a general guidance reading, okay? So I'm just opening out 3 cards, and whatever they convey, I'll sort of just tell you, okay? Is that
Super.
all right? Oh, wow. Nice. All right. So these cards say, Bhavesh, that somewhere, just sort of way within yourself, you could be at a crossroads of sorts. And I'd like you just probably to see the energy of the cards. This is the crossroads card. All right. So whenever we are at a crossroad, we need to take some kind of decision on where, sort of we are moving forward at. So you're at a crossroad. And of course, with this cross card there next means that you could be up against a bit of a challenge. Sort of also look at it, if it's not a challenge per se, look at this card as somewhere the spiritual quotient of life building. That's very important. Okay, so it could be some decision that you need to take around your faith, your spirituality, your beliefs, your sort of prayer systems, as it were. So I'd say to you, with this being the last card, the heart, that you are supposed to go largely with your intuition and your gut, and sort of from the heart, decide whatever decision you need to take. Like, go with your passion, whatever that was, go in that direction. And somehow it feels like something around spirituality and that sort of spectrum and space. Correct me if I'm completely off the mark here. This is what I felt when I saw the cards.
And you know what I want to add on here, Zennobiia, that you don't know people. All of you don't know. Zennobiia doesn't know. But I think Bhavesh had actually typed in some numbers as well. He had actually chosen some 3 cards, but I did not bring it up because we wanted him to come up and say it himself.
All right.
So do you want me to tell you the numbers do you want me to tell you the numbers now?
See, it's the same thing that actually I'm doing, Nilu. So for some, I took the numbers and told them what the cards were. Whereas for him, I took out the cards and sort of brought them home. So actually, I'm translating the numbers also into cards. But why did I do that? Just to bring home the fact that you, suppose, for example, you're somewhere, okay, outside, and for whatever reason, you don't have a deck. Okay, it can be a possibility, right? And somebody needs a quick message. Do this, what I did. Because eventually, after you learned, you know what the cards 1 to 36 are. But give the person the message he or she is looking for. But now that you've said it, yes, what were his 3 numbers?
12, 13, and 5.
12, 13, and 5. Okay. So 12 is about communications, Bhavesh, and he's smiling very broadly. So something with regard to communications, and this could be negotiations, meetings, something like that. 13 means something new in the offing with regard to those sort of meetings, communications, negotiation, leading to 5, the card of health and wellness. All right. So communications largely to do with your wealth, health spectrum, sort of, as to speak, and something new on that front. So I hope like it's not a big mishmash and some messages coming through to you from both the different readings that we just did. Yeah.
And lucky Bhavesh, he just got a double reading.
Yeah, you got almost you got lucky, you got a double.
And on that very, very nice, blessed note for Bhavesh and for all of us, Zennobiia, this, this, like you said, it's so addictive. We can just go on and on and on and on and on with this.
And I am smiling, Nilu, because yes, to know me, I can really go on and on once I start, as we have been witness to, you know. So yes, please, you feel free to stop us when we need to.
No, like I said, with stuff like this, it's just do not like to say no, don't like to like interrupt this beautiful flow and energy that's going on. But we do want everyone to know that Zennobiia is here to answer your specific questions around the workshop, around the course, and what's going to be happening, what you're going to be able to learn. And of course, as you can see, beautiful Zennobiia is a huge giver, and we have something very exciting for you coming up. Just before that, Zennobiia, Surbhi's asked a question. Does Lenormand card help us in finding one's soul purpose and blockage from past lives?
It can definitely help finding your soul purpose, Babu. We do sometimes we do a reading and give a person a perfect guidance, you know, in fact, this is funny now that you ask it. The very first day that one girl learned the cards from me, in fact, that's the first spread she did for me. She said, ma'am, can I do your soul's purpose for you? And it was, of course, what was it? It was anxiety, it was children, and largely that spectrum. You are meant to work with children and education and also take the brunt for it. That was my soul's purpose. So yes, it can definitely help you to indicate where you need to go, for sure.
Superb. And Zennobiia, for everyone's information, especially the ones who might have missed the slides or the introduction in the beginning, what does this workshop entail, Zennobiia? What are the teachings and what are the course materials that you provide?
Okay, sure. So I think we've designated the days of 21st, 23rd, and 25th coming up.
Right.
And I think we have two variables on time also, like a morning evening slot can be chosen if somebody chooses to learn. And see, we've called this level 1, which will of course, you will be equipped with all the materials. So you'll get your deck, you will get your little nahi hai, wo bahut bada wala manual hai. It takes ages to get through the whole thing. But you're equipped for your journey with the Lenormand deck. That's what I'm trying to imply here. So that's your course material. It'll be couriered to you. And you will be taken through the entire deck, through all the 36 cards. You learn up the cards. You learn to do your basic reading. So that will be 3 cards, 5 cards, 9 cards also perhaps. And then you're set for the advanced level, which is the grand tableau and the explorations of the playing card inserts. So just so that people understand, in level 1, we don't address the playing cards. We only learn how to read these cards per se for what they are.
Lovely. And I believe, Zennobiia, there's a spread cloth as well that you give?
Yes. Babu, I just want to clarify that yes, people who will come on board will eventually get the spread cloth, because just now the lady who's actually stitching it for me is just not able to access my home. She lives very far away, but yes, eventually everyone will get the spread cloth for sure.
Fantastic. And there's a completion certificate as well?
Yes, there is a completion certificate, like it's mentioned in the mailer from y'all. It comes from my company. That's a company I've had for the longest time. I think it was established 2008 for my work with the children. It's called Zennobiia Education. So your certificate comes from there.
Superb. Awesome. And Zennobiia, what is this normally, like level 1, somebody learning this at the base level with you, what does it normally cost?
Oh God. Okay, Neelu, can I tell you what is up on offer? Because I'm breathless. Okay, I just know this offer. When I looked at it, I remember actually that when I started out, and this was like say close to 5 years ago, and Sheetal here can vouch for this, that the first course that was brought forward, it was a basics 1 day, morning to evening, and there the people paid 9,300. So when I looked at our offer, honestly, I did a double take. I said, really, this is what the basics is going to come at? And of course, it shall be out soon. So I'm a little breathless from seeing that.
While we wait for you to catch your breath, with your permission, I'm super excited to tell everybody exactly what they have in store for them.
Yeah, please, Neelu, you do that honors.
And our team, Shilpa, thank you. Quick on the button as always. It's already up on your WhatsApp groups, but I'm going to let you know anyway. Okay, so you're level 1, all right? would normally cost 45,500 rupees or USD 739 because it includes bonuses worth 37,100 or USD 584, which basically is Zennobiia support for your 10 clients readings. For your first 10 clients reading, you will get Zennobiia support. That itself is worth 30,000 rupees or USD 475. You also get a 45-minute one-on-one session for practice and clarifications worth INR 5,000 or USD 77. And you get a personal reading about your practice and future with Lenormand cards worth 2,100 rupees or USD 32. And you get Zennobiia support for 2 years, which is priceless. Now, all of this, okay, would cost you 45,500, but just for today, just for the first 10, it is at only 5,500 or USD 136. That's a savings of a whopping 88%. People, the prices are just going to keep increasing. You will get to know about the incremental increase in price. The team will let you know on WhatsApp and via email right now. And all these bonuses also do go away, okay? These bonuses are coming right now with the first 10. All right, bonuses worth 37,100 rupees or USD 584, and your offer on the call, drum rolls please, is only 5,500 rupees or USD 136. How amazing is that?
Neelu,
Yes, please. Yes.
Back, and I want to say something.
I was so excited. I didn't hear you. Sorry. Tell me.
I just want to say that when you first I think the whole thing, wherein you can sort of learn and then sort of have a one-on-one with the person who's taught you works. I mean, I've never done something like this before. This is sort of a complete new. It's like a huge gift. And I'll tell you this because when I learned the cards, honestly, and that was a while ago, I would have loved for this sort of, chaperoning, if you want to call it, which we sort of felt the lack of in the initial stages, somebody almost like, is holding your hand and guiding you forth on this journey. So this, and of course, to get a specific reading for your practice in the Lenormand, I mean, boss, that's why I said I was breathless when I read. I said, really? I mean, all this is happening. It is something else. It's beautiful. That's all I can
It is.
So
it's amazing.
Guys, this is your key moment. Take it or leave it. Really. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? All these bonuses, and you're getting the cards, you're getting the spread cloth, you're getting the manual courier to you.
This is like never before, never after.
Yeah, never before, never after. Really, you're not going to get this ever again. Grab your opportunity right now. Zennobiia, I do have a very quick question though. A lot of people, including me, we've signed up for quite a bit of learning work, and maybe there could be a clash of a date here or there. Yeah. In case there's a clash and somebody who's picked up your offer, let you know from beforehand. You'll take them on the next time you do level 1?
Yes, of course, Neelu. That goes without.
Super done. I knew you would say yes, Zennobiia, because 100%. You know what? I've already taken it.
100%, Baba. Because there's sort of no way that, once I just want to say this, Neelu, and this comes from sort of the bottom of my heart, my hand, sort of hair standing on edge. To me, a learner is just not a learner. Okay. So all my students today are sort of, we share one rapport. There's a relationship with anybody who comes to me for anything. So you just come as a student, as a learner, and then you of course become Babu and lots of other things along the way.
I don't know if you just heard me. I said that I knew that would be a yes from you. I asked it for information for others because Zennobiia, I've actually already signed up.
Ah, that is so beautiful. That's my today's like the clover card. That is so beautiful. Lovely.
So, and no, listen, not just me. People are like signing up. I'm getting. I've signed up. Bhavna saying I'm in again for your workshop. Guys, your first 10 is going, gone. Quickly, and I just grab it.
I have to say that Bhavna got very lucky today because Bhavna has been weighing the pros and cons of it for a while now and thinking whether she should learn. All right. So Bhavna, you got really lucky today, girl. And I'm glad. If you choose, I'm really happy.
And you know what? You did mention the second card was a clover, wasn't it? That you picked at the beginning? Like yesterday when you were doing it?
Yes.
Yeah. Bounty. Bounty does not get better than this. At 5,500 rupees, you're getting return value of more than 37,000 rupees, and you're getting actual material in hand, and you're getting super awesome support. And Zennobiia is going to be around for 2 years, but I know, and I dare anybody to contradict me. You go beyond 2 years, you ever get in touch with Zennobiia, there's no way she's not taking your call to help you out with something. So yeah, I throw that as an open challenge.
That is, for me, that is the biggest credential, honestly. I mean, there is nothing more left to say thereafter. Very honestly.
Super awesome. Super awesome. Zennobiia, this has been, again, such a delightful call. I so don't want to hang up, but we've crossed our time, and
yes,
in fact, want to give people the opportunity to like stop focusing here and go, use their card, use their finger, get onto net banking, click on that InstaMojo link, however it works for you, you do it now, like right now. So Zennobiia, before we kind of wind up for the day, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
I just like to say, Nilu, that suppose like a smaller group would even want me to come on again, say, I'd do one more call, wherein like a smaller group is like, wanting to ask more questions or something of the sort tomorrow or something like that, or day after. It could be looked at. There's no issues on that, because I'm sure people might not want to ask on such a big platform, but, make certain queries through the day and then sort of decide on this. So I'm open to anything. But I just want to, of course, before that, say immense gratitude one more time to all the Mystic Lotus team. And, the way you work for us and do all this stuff for us is so, so beautiful. And this has been a beautiful journey, very honest. So, Nidhu, the 22 is ticking big time, girl.
And yes, thank you for saying that, Zennobiia.
I keep saying that as a message to the universe.
Right, and in fact, this workshop is also beginning on the 21st, just one day immediately after. So
yes, it begins after. Sort of.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Zennobiia, you had actually wanted to begin it on the 20th, but you switched it to the 21st for some reason.
And there's a very simple reason, Nilu. All those who work with me know that I am very preferential to the number 3. I carry it in my name.
Right.
He's Jupiter, so I said, "Chalo, let's start on the 21st." There was nothing else to it.
Superb. And dearest people, we will definitely look into the possibility of having Zennobiia on for all of you tomorrow. We'll keep you updated on the group and via email as well. Just remember, I'm not even bonuses. Actual cost 45,000, bonuses worth more than 37,000. Hang all those 5,500. That's all you need to know. Just go grab your opportunity. Your bounty is already here for you. It's in your hands. You got to know that you got to take it. And with that, Zennobiia, so happy to have you on. This is the first Healers Training Tele Summit. You have finally debuted. You're no debutant, no doubt about that. You have finally debuted on this. And you know what? I finally am being able to take on a learning set with you. So that's a triple hat trick for this call itself for me. So thank you so much, Zennobiia. Delight as always. And
really.
Yes.
So I can see Amrish, of course, is muted, but I can see Amrish up there, and I don't know if Nidhu's still there. She's not. I think she is, yes. So to all of you lovely people, and to each one who made the time to be here today, and of course, listen in patiently to what I had to say, really heartfelt gratitude. It's a joy to bring you. I'm happy. Thank you.
So, Nidhu,
thanks so much, people.
Thank you, Zennobiia. Thank you, not just for today, but for the 5 years that we've been associated with you. You've been fabulous over these 5 years. It's beautiful to interact with you, to connect with you, to work with you, to talk to you. It's absolutely lovely experience. Every time we do that, we connect with you. It just fills us with love and happiness. Thank you, Zennobiia.
Thank you, Amrish. That means a lot. That is actually sort of the crux of life, if you want to call it. Relationships.
Yeah. Thanks, Zennobiia. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
And on that lovely note, bye, Zenu. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend ahead.
Have a great day, great week. Lots of love, light, and Lenormand.
Oh, I love that. The triple L.
Yes. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.